Okay, so now let's do a running play. We're going to do a running play. I'm going to pick up right from where we left off. Where after the snap, and I'll call this a standard run because there's another way you can run, uh, but I'll talk about that later. But let's say you did your audible, the defense matched, you did the snap, everybody on offense that wasn't engaged pivoted, everybody on defense that wasn't engaged they pivoted. Say in this case you released your receivers, and you also the defense did their wild card, right? They did their moves and they moved the wild card, and we're all lined up. And I look at this play and I go, even though maybe initially I was thinking about a pass, but I realized, maybe I've got something, a running play to the outside with number 33 here, if you can see him. So, I may have a lane here. You might cut that lane because this guy's blocked, this guy's being shielded, and this guy's stationary. So he's not coming in. He's playing in the zone. I'm reading it. I go, well, let's run the ball. Now, the one thing to know about a running play, for a running back to carry the ball, he has to be within the tackles, which this player qualifies, and he has to be even, his base has to be even with, if you're looking at the front, or behind the quarterback. Okay, now in this guy's case, let me put him where he was. In this guy's case, he can't run because his base is in front of the quarterback. He is. But he can block, but he can't run. This gentleman, though, this player, I should say, he can run because his base is within the tackles and he's even, or in this case, he's behind the quarterback. The other thing you need to know about a running play, no more than two players from the offensive backfield can be plunging into the interior line. By that I mean within the tackles. No more than two can be going into the line of scrimmage on any run. In this particular case, the only one that's actually going into the line of scrimmage is the quarterback, so that's legal. But and this would have also been legal. The quarterback could have, these two could have been going, and either one of them could have been carrying the ball. So let's say if I wanted the quarterback to carry the ball, he could have carried the ball because it's only two, again, going into the line of scrimmage. Um, Now the quarterback can't block because quarterbacks don't block in real football, so you can't have the quarterback as a lead blocker. That is illegal. The quarterback can never block into the line of scrimmage. Um, Also, um, you can't. You can do this though. You can have him blocking for the quarterback. That would be legal. But actually, he can't be within the line of the snap, so you would do more like that, I guess. He could be blocking for the quarterback. That's legal because you got to have a clean line of sight for the quarterback to receive the ball. But that you could have done that, right? And the quarterback could be running, and he could be blocking for the quarterback theoretically. You could have done this though, because the quarterback still has a clean line to the center. You could do that, and he could be blocking for the quarterback. But the quarterback can't ever be the lead blocker. I just want to make that rule clear because that confuses people. Um, so in this case, one other thing with the quarterback. When I say the quarterback can't be the lead blocker inside of the line of scrimmage, there is one case where the quarterback can be theoretically blocking or shielding. You could have run the quarterback. You could have done that. And because the quarterback is not going into the line of scrimmage, he's shielding this guy. He's not blocking into the line. Because that actually happens in football sometimes. You'll see Russell Wilson or somebody on a read option. He'll hand off and he'll kind of get in this guy's way. If it's outside the tackles, the quarterback can be doing it. But within the tackles, the quarterback can't be blocking. That's the thing to know. So in this case, let me go back to the original thing. We have the quarterback out here. The quarterback's here, and we have the running back. And I see this line, so I want to give it to the running back. So I'll say, okay, everybody's made their adjustments, and the quarterback he can be going into the line, but he's not blocking, right? And only one guy, or no more than two guys, are going into the line of scrimmage. In this case, only one. So this is a legal run, so I can run the ball. So unless you say otherwise, and this is after the snap again, I want to say it again, after the snap. Unless you say otherwise, the quarterback has the ball. So if I didn't say anything and I snap and I say, okay, now I'm going to run the board, the quarterback would have the ball. But in this case, because I'm calling a run, I'm going to say 33 has it. I'm going to run. Now I want to point out something here. We have another rule. The line of scrimmage is a 25. If the running back does not cross the line of scrimmage, he can cut back. That's real important to know. If he had crossed the line of scrimmage, then he's got to run. You got to keep going the direction he's going. Once he crosses the line, once he's at the line of scrimmage or about to cross it, the coach on offense should turn it off and give the switch to the coach on defense. If the coach didn't do that and he ran more than 3 yards or more than 3 yards, then even if he ran all the way down the field, it would only be limited to a 3-yard gain. Sorry, a 5-yard gain. I have to double check that rule, but I think it's limited to if he runs more than 5 yards. That's right, if he runs more than 5 yards. If he ran to the 30 or more, it'd be limited to a 3-yard gain, is I think how the rule goes. But because he hasn't crossed the line of scrimmage, which is the 25, he can now cut back. Now, I could let him keep running, but I say I want to cut back because I want to get more yards. So that's the cutback. And anyone that's not engaged on offense can be pivoted to block. So that's what we're going to do here, right? And because I cut back, then the defense can adjust. And they can bring these guys up to make a tackle. So I'm going to turn all these guys to try to make a tackle. Now, another rule we have is for the first 5 yards on any run, for the first 5 yards past the line of scrimmage, so if we start at 25, that would be the 30. For the first 5 yards, it is front of the base only. By that I mean he could not be tackled within the first 5 yards like that or like that. He would have to be tackled by the front of the base. After those first 5 yards, however, it's any touch. So in this case, let's see what happens. Okay, so you got tackled in front of base. It's more than 5 yards, so it doesn't make a difference. So that would be the end of that running play. Now, but let's again show you something. Let's say if he ran and he did this, and that's within 5 yards, and this guy threw a block. He's got the ball, and he's on him sideways. That is not a tackle for 5 yards because he's still within 5 yards. But now, so he got off, right? So he's free. So he could keep running. So once he runs 5 yards and he is not tackled, this is called the 5-yard rule. Once this is again a running play. Only on running plays are passes completed behind the line of scrimmage. Because a pass completed behind the line of scrimmage we treat like a run. If he has run 5 yards, the running back, this guy again, he's run 5 yards. He has not been tackled. It is then up to the defense to declare whether or not they want to make an adjustment. Now, in this case, maybe I would not call for an adjustment because I think past 5, let me back up, past 5 yards, it's any touch. It's no longer front of the base. I may be thinking that he's going to run into this guy's base. If he runs into his base, the play is dead. So on defense, I would say I don't want to adjust. But let's say I knew there was no way he was going to run into that guy's base, and this guy's blocking him, and I'm on, and now it's 5 yards. And let me back up. Once the running back crosses the line of scrimmage, I didn't make this clear. Once the running back crosses the line of scrimmage, the defense gets the switch on a running play. Up until the time he crosses the line of scrimmage, the offense runs the switch. But once he crosses the line of scrimmage, the defense gets the switch. So now the defense has the switch, and the guy runs 5 yards. The defense has the right to stop it once he runs 5 yards on a running play or a pass completed behind the line of scrimmage. I hope I made that clear. So he's run 5 yards. I can see he's not going to run. If he was going to run into my guy, I wouldn't say on defense, and I'm playing on defense, I would not adjust. But I see he's not going to run into him, and he's running way upfield, right? Got a clear line. So maybe I say at that point, I don't trust this guy to run out of bounds. I will tell the offense, because I'm on defense, I elect to adjust. This is very important, this part. The defense always adjusts last. Always last. I don't care what the situation is. The defense always gets to react. So I'm on defense. I see the guy's running. He's got a clear path. And I go, okay, I'm going to adjust. So then the offense gets, I tell the offense I'm going to adjust. So the offense gets to adjust. Now this is a big rule here. The offense can now again adjust anyone that's not engaged. So the offense can adjust anyone to block or whatnot. Now they'll get 15 seconds to do that. Once the offense has elected to adjust, then the defense, now on defense, I can adjust. Okay? Now you can see why that's important, because let's say this guy was running out of bounds and he's run 5 yards. I'm on defense. I got the switch. I would not choose to adjust, because if I adjust, the offense gets to adjust first. That would be dumb, because I would let him turn him up and he could go further. But in this case, because he isn't going out of bounds, I would elect to adjust. And I would move this guy, and I take this guy off of stationary. Hopefully one of these guys will make a tackle. And let me zoom out a little bit. I'm not sure how far he's going to go. Okay. He's got the ball. Offense would have adjusted him to block. I would have adjusted on defense. I would have adjusted him. He can't be adjusted because he's being engaged. And I'm hoping this guy, or maybe this guy even, somebody's going to tackle him. Let's see what happens. And he still has it. Him. See, no one's got him. And that's a touchdown. That's basically how you do a run play in the HFL.